There have been a lot of amazing stories throughout Major League Baseball. I'd like you to comment on some of them. Let's talk about Mike Trout. How good is he?
Oof, everything. This kid can do everything. I mean, this is not a one-dimensional player or two-dimensional. This is a five-tool athlete. Hits for average, hits for power, plays amazing defense, steals bases, scores runs. I mean, he I think, got in the everyday lineup around May 1st. Mm-hmm. He scored over 120 runs already. I mean, you think about that. He missed a month, and there's still 2 weeks to go. This kid's incredible.
Is there anything he doesn't do that well?
No, not that I've seen. And he's been a thorn in our side, not only offensively, but defensively as well. And he's a great player.
Now, although Derek Jeter's had an unbelievable year, people do look at Trout and Cabrera as the possible MVP winners. Although their teams might not make the playoffs, I wonder if that lifts Derek. Let's talk about Cabrera, though. Joe, he could win the Triple Crown. Yeah, I mean, hasn't been done since '67.
He's an amazing player, and you think about the ballpark he plays in. It's not a home run hitter's ballpark. I think Prince is in the 20s there. And this is a guy that's hit 45, 50 home runs before, Prince Fielder. And he plays pepper with that center field ivy out there. I mean, that's how good this guy is. The average, he really knows how to hit. He knows how to drive in a run. And I had the pleasure of managing him 1 year, and it was a lot of fun.
Could you see he was that good when you managed him?
Oh, I knew it. I mean, I used to tell our guys, and he was a young player at the time I was there in 2006. I said, you want to know why this guy is successful? Watch his BP, watch his approach, watch how he does things, and you'll learn a lot from him.
Does he have a weakness?
No, he really doesn't. And he's done a decent job at third base. He really has for him. And, you know, here's a guy that says, yeah, I'll move to third base. You want to put Prince at first? I'll go to third. That's an unselfish player, too.
Now, the same day that the Yankees picked up that 14-inning, 10-9 win at Yankee Stadium against the A's, R.A. Dickey picked up his 19th victory of the season for the Mets. That was against the Marlins. How special is this guy?
It's great. It's great for him and what he's been through, and his knuckleball. I mean, it's enjoyable to watch. It's an enjoyable game to watch. Has a chance to win the Cy Young. I think Gio Gonzalez maybe picked up his 20th win on the same Saturday, so it's probably between those two guys.
Chipper Jones is finishing up his career. Looks like the Braves will make the playoffs, but did you like playing against Chipper Jones? Did you appreciate how good he was?
I appreciated how good he was. I don't know if I necessarily liked playing against him because he was such a great player that you had to figure out how to get out and could do a lot of different things. I mean, this is not only a guy that hit for power and average, he could steal base when he wanted to, too. So he was kind of a pain.
Now, getting back to Dickey, you don't have a vote for the Cy Young. It's done by the Baseball Writers Association of America. You think there will be a prejudice about the fact that he gets it done with a knuckleball, or should he win if he has the best numbers?
If he has the best numbers, he should win. That's the bottom line. I don't think whether he gets it done with a knuckleball, a split, one fastball. If he has the best numbers, he should win.
All right, now two teams at the time of this taping have locked up postseason berths, the Nats and the Reds. Let's talk about the Nationals. You actually saw them in Washington. I think the Yankees swept them.
Yeah, they're a very good team. It starts with their starting pitching, and obviously Strasburg is not going to be for them in that rotation, and their bullpen is good, and they can score some runs. They have some power and some speed, and you know they have a young phenom too, and Bryce Harper, who has played extremely well for them. And he's had his ups and downs like any other young player, but this is a good-looking player too.
All right, and how about the Reds? Boy, that's a central division. A lot of people didn't think the Reds were going to win, but they've won by a comfortable margin.
Yeah, and they've kind of run away with it. And, you know, people were a little bit concerned when Votto went down for a month or 6 weeks, you know, what's going to happen to the Reds. And they just won like 10 games in a row right out of the chute, and they played extremely well.
One sad note in baseball, Melky Cabrera withdrew himself from the batting race. He could actually have won the batting race with Andrew McCutchen falling down. I talked to Bud Selig. We did a center stage with him earlier in the week, and he said, I don't want to change anything because if you change one thing, it opens up a Pandora's box, and then 2 days later, they agreed not to give Melky the batting title. What's your thoughts?
Well, I think Melky didn't want to win the batting title that way, and he thought it would have been tainted, and I think it shows probably the remorse that Melky feels, and I applaud him for doing that.